Oh yeah, is it Saturday already? Have we made it through yet another week of Star Wars news and yet another week of Bad Batch? Oh my goodness, we only have 2 episodes left of the Bad Batch Season 3. Actually, of the Bad Batch entire show. This series is over in less than 2 weeks, which is crazy. All right, let's dive into all this. We got some big news to talk about today, some big stuff to get to today. So let's dive into all of it. What's up, guys? It's Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars. We got a lot to talk about when it comes to the Bad Batch's final 2 episodes, because we only have 2 left. 2. That's it. We got to talk runtimes for the next 2 episodes, and we got to talk about a possible secret weapon that Hemlock has had under his, or in his sleeve, under his sleeve, up his sleeve for the last 3 seasons that he's been waiting to pull out at the very last second. And it might not just be 1 secret weapon, but it might just be 5. I know, we got a lot to talk about today. This is going to be an absolutely insane stream, so smash a freaking like on this stream if you have not already. How's everybody doing on this fine Saturday afternoon? How's everybody doing? What do we think of the new stream time for Saturdays? I think this might stick for Saturdays, and then we're going to keep the Tuesday and Thursday stream at the 2 p.m. So Tuesday, Thursday will be 2 p.m., and then Saturdays will be 4 p.m. Unless told otherwise. Yeah, unless told otherwise. But for now, we're going to keep it at this. How's everybody doing on this fine Saturday afternoon? What's up, everybody? How we doing? Let's say hi to everybody in the chat. What's up, everybody? Land Sky, how we doing? Fearless, what is up? Martha, Master Martha, what's up? Nick, how we doing? Other Nick, what is up? Tiffany, what's up? Mando United, how we doing? JDRZ, what is up? Zap, how's it going? Dr. Hemlock is in the chat. We're going to be talking about your secret weapons that you're hiding up your sleeve or in your sleeve or on your sleeve. Wildcats, how we doing? Star Chip 66, Brandon Chan, Skywalker Academy, Zap. Did I miss anybody? This is the way. How we doing? G2 Cody, how's it going? All right. Did I miss anybody? Jason likes you. What is up? Okay. I think I hit everybody. I think I get that. Did I get you? Just scream at me if I didn't get you. You will try. Yes, exactly. Who am I? I don't know who you are.
This is where the fun begins.
All right, so let's dive into this Dr. Hemlock character, okay? What do we really know about this guy? He was not in the last episode, which I think is actually extremely significant. We've gotten a lot of Dr. Hemlock in this 3rd season, but I feel like the stuff we don't know about Hemlock is probably more important than the stuff we do know. So what's very interesting about Dr. Hemlock, to me, it stands out to almost everybody, is one very specific thing, and that is his left hand. His left hand has a black glove on it, and he's always holding it, staring at it. I don't know what's going on with his left hand, but he just stares at it at all times. Any lefties in the chat? Do we have any lefties in the chat? I'm actually a lefty. So something's going on with his left hand. I'm on to that, okay? Tell me if you're a lefty in the chat. Just want to. It's a very small percentage of the population, but I am. So let's see if we got any lefties in the house. So he's always staring at his left hand. He's got a black glove on his left hand. He's always staring at his left hand. Why is that? Okay. There's also some weird things about Dr. Hemlock that we don't yet understand. He's an evil scientist that sort of came out of nowhere. He is a new character in the Star Wars universe. His first appearance is in the Bad Batch. So he's a brand new character, but Palpatine trusts him with the most important thing in the entire galaxy, and originally when he's introduced, you're supposed to fear the man. And we do. He's a pretty scary looking mad scientist type dude. The weird thing with his hand, we don't know what it is, but he's been up to no good for the last maybe 6 or 7 episodes. Well, he's been up to no good for the whole show, but he's been up to no good for the last couple episodes. Now, if you guys remember this scene right here, I think this scene in particular might be the most important scene of the entire series that not a single freaking person is talking about. Do you guys remember this scene right here? Oh, well, you can't see it. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Do you remember this scene right here? And obviously the numbers weren't in the scene, but this was in my breakdown video. I had to take a screenshot from my breakdown video because I couldn't find it. They're keeping it a secret. But this is the room where the clone assassins were made. Do you guys remember this? Do you guys remember this? Yes, no, maybe so. We see 6 sort of back-to-tank looking things, 6 sort of capsules or whatever it may be for 6 different clone assassins. Yes, you guys remember this? Yes. Okay. So we've seen 3 clone assassins so far, and we're going to get to the clone assassin in a little bit here, but this scene I think is the most important scene of this entire show so far, and not a single person has said a word about it. Now I'm going to go back to the original trailer for this Bad Batch Season 3. The original trailer. We're talking OG first trailer to ever drop, okay? And this trailer has this room in the scene. In a scene, I should say. And it's way more important than anyone is giving credit to. Okay, so let me pull up this trailer right here. We're diving deep into this, okay? So this is the trailer from 3 months ago now, or 2 months ago, whatever it was. And we've seen every single scene from this trailer has been seen already. So we'll leave it there. But when we go through here, I believe it's around here.
Brothers.
There we go.
I was wrong. We can't just walk away. Not with the Empire imprisoning the kid.
So first of all, this scene with Crosshair here is actually Crosshair coming back from the clone assassin experiments. We're going to get into what I think could possibly happen with Crosshair in this finale. There might be a huge twist coming with Crosshair's story. We still don't know almost anything about what he went through on Mount Tantiss, but this is him coming back from the torturing, coming back from the clone assassin program, and that's why he looks so depressed.
Secure her in a cell. Omega's been waiting for us a long time. Our mission is not over yet.
There is nothing of greater importance to secure the future of this empire.
So, that scene right there with Crosshair was not the scene I was thinking of, but I was staying corrected. Regardless, this scene with Crosshair right here is him coming out of the Clone Assassins program. There was another trailer now. I thought it was the first trailer, but I guess it's not. Regardless, there's a scene with Crosshair coming out of that room, coming out of this room right here where we saw Dr. Hemlock in the previous season. In the previous episode. So this room right here had the clone assassin standing at the door at the bottom of the elevator, and Crosshair was walking out, holding his head, I believe, and we focused on the clone assassin. This was in one of the first episodes of the season, and it really established the importance of that clone assassin and of this room, because this room is going to be extremely important, as I think there are 3 more clone assassins on the way. I think Dr. Hemlock is working on something very special here for us in the finale, and we have no idea what to expect. But that's not it, because in the same episode, I believe it's episode 10, but I could be wrong, when Dr. Hemlock has a conversation with Tarkin. Do you guys remember that? Give me 1 into the chat if you remember Tarkin and Hemlock having a conversation just a few episodes ago, because it was extremely important. Not the conversation with Tarkin. No, that wasn't important at all. Well, I guess it was kind of important, but it wasn't that important. What was important about that scene was when he hangs up the phone on Tarkin and sees this. He looks down to see this. You guys remember this? You guys remember this? Let's zoom in a little bit on it. There we go. This, does anybody know what this looks like to you? What does this look like to you? What does this look like? This is right before he calls the clone assassin. This is him looking at sort of his data pad or whatever he's looking at. What does this look like? What does it look like? Nobody? Nobody's got it? Nobody? Are you kidding me? Come on, guys. We got this. We can do it. Dark Trooper, yes. Fearless first in. Dark Trooper, yes. The Dark Trooper. Let me pull up a picture of the Dark Trooper for you. Hang on one sec. The Dark Trooper from The Mandalorian. Do you guys remember The Mandalorian? Do we remember The Mandalorian? Dark Trooper. Mando. Okay. So these are the Dark Troopers that Luke Skywalker, do you guys know that guy? Luke Skywalker, he kind of came in, saved the day, destroyed all these Dark Troopers. You guys remember that? Yeah, of course. Yes. Okay, so this is the Dark Trooper from The Mandalorian, and this is the Dark Trooper armor that Dr. Hemlock is working on. See the similarities? Look at that armor. Look at this armor. Coincidence? I think not. So clearly there's something going on here. Hemlock is making what's called the Phase Zero armor of clone troopers. And in the Phase Zero armor of the Dark Trooper is actually a human being. So that makes sense. We are going to see a clone assassin that looks very similar to the Dark Trooper. And that, I believe, is the very first of 5 tricks that Hemlock has up his sleeve. That's the first one, is 3 more clone assassins that the Bad Batch have no idea are coming. So yes, we're going to talk about later on in the stream who the clone assassin is, but right now it doesn't matter. There's 0 significance to that because there's 3 more on the way. And this was teased to us 4 episodes ago, in this scene right here where there are 6 Bacta tanks that have not dark troopers, but clone assassins in them. Yes. Kit Fisto, what is up? So, that is just the very first one of 5 tricks that Hemlock has up his sleeve that I think are coming in this third and final 2 episodes. Third final season, but 2 final episodes. So I think we are in for quite a treat. But before we get to the other 4 secrets that Hemlock might have up his sleeve, let's talk about the run times for the episode, okay? So we heard the bad news that the next episode might only be 22 to 24 minutes, which is very short, if not the shortest of the entire series. But we've talked about this at length before in other streams. Joel Aaron, the director of cinematography at Lucasfilm, for shows like Tales of the Jedi, Star Wars Resistance, Star Wars Rebels, The Clone Wars, and yes, The Bad Batch itself, went online and did a little bit of teasing. So we talked about this last stream, but let's pull it up again. So he teased out this before the last episode about this guy hosing down a patio or something. And this was a teaser to Echo calling Rampart a hydro snake or something like that. It was a very small detail, but in the comment section below, he says, if you know, you know, and then about an hour and 10 minutes. 1 hour, 9 minutes, 56 seconds, and 1 millisecond. So about an hour and 10 minutes. And if you know, you know. If you know, you know. Try and figure that one out. So I believe, and a lot of people online believe as well, that this finale will be over an hour long, possibly an hour and 10 minutes long, but that could be referring to a specific thing that happens in the finale at 1 hour and 9 minutes. I don't know. But we are led to believe that the finale of this series will be over an hour and 10 minutes long because it's the finale. And the premiere of the show was an hour and 16 minutes long. So we haven't had any other episodes, no finales of previous seasons, no premieres of other seasons. Every episode from the premiere of season 1 has been about 20 to 30 minutes. But episode 1 was an hour and 16. So I'm here to tell you that this finale is most likely going to be an hour and 10 minutes. Now, this is not confirmed, so take this with a massive grain of salt. If you have salt in your house, go find it, put it all into one giant grain, take that and put it on your head, because you got to take this with a massive grain of salt. The finale might be 20 minutes. I don't know. But we're here to guesstimate, we'll say, that it's probably going to be about an hour. About an hour. But let's pull this up, because I want to know what you guys think. Let's see. Do you think the finale, whoops, that's not how you spell finale. Finale will be, that's not how you spell will either, will be over 1 hour long? Yes or no? You tell me. Do you think the finale of The Bad Batch Season 3 in The Bad Batch series itself will be over 1 hour long? What do we think? And while you guys answer that, I'm going to scroll up and catch up on some chats really quickly. Don't want to get too far behind. Nick says, my bad, Mike. I missed Thursday's stream, thinking that you were streamed on Fridays, but I'm here today. No worries, Nick. No worries. And yeah, we stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Yeah. Nick says, my prediction for episode 14 is more Rex trauma. Yeah, I'm sure Rex is probably going to go through some traumatic things, but we'll get to Captain Rex in a little bit. We'll get to Captain Rex and whether or not him and the others are coming. Yeah. All right. Mandalorian Legion says, do you think that with Omega helping the children escape, it could be a way for them to move into a show about the hidden path? Absolutely. Yes. I still think that the next animated show is going to be about Omega and Asajj Ventress, and I think it's probably going to involve the Jedi hidden path in some sort of way. This hidden path was, of course, seen in Kenobi. It was seen in Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor, and it's probably going to be explored in this animated show, following Omega, following Asajj Ventress, because there's two things that we know Omega loves near and dear to her heart, and that is helping people, and that is her clone brothers. And after her clone brothers probably die, she's only going to be left with helping people. So it's likely that we will see these specific children that are in Tantiss, Omega help them escape, and then probably really like helping Force-sensitive kids, like she helped Gungi, like she's helping these people, and like she's probably going to help a lot more. Yes, indeed. Great question. Where was I? Mr. Beckham, or should I say Master Beckham, says, I can switch hit in baseball. Does that count? Oh, we're talking about lefties? Oh, we got some lefties in the chat. Wow. Interesting. Wow. Interesting. And I missed you in the shout-out. What's up, Mr. Beckham? Martha says, Hemlock had inner conflict issues and fear disappointing Palpatine. Yeah, he's obviously fearing Palpatine, for sure. Like anybody would. He's the emperor of the freaking whole galaxy. But Hemlock has a few things up his sleeve that we don't yet know about. Hemlock's still a very mysterious character. The amount of character development that we got for Hemlock is almost zero. We've seen the guy on screen a lot, and he's pretty scary, but we don't know anything about him. Where he came from, what he's up to, who he is, why his hand has a glove on it, why he's always staring at it, why he's always looking at it, why he's always doing this. We don't know. But what is coming in this possible hour-plus long finale might be a lot of twists and turns that none of us, not a single one of us, could predict, could expect, but we're going to try today. We're going to try, because I think there are 5 major things that Hemlock could be hiding up his sleeves, secret weapons, so to speak, that could be big trouble for the Bad Batch. Huge trouble for the Bad Batch. And the first one, of course, is 3 more clone assassins. Yeah. Dr. Hemlock's shaky hands is like Crosshair's. Yes, the parallel is obvious and clear. Hemlock staring at his left hand with a glove on it, and Crosshair staring at his right hand. It's shaky all the time. There's clearly something going on there. The mystery behind Crosshair and what went down with him on Tantiss, I think, will be explored a lot more in the finale, or at least the final 2 episodes, as he's coming back. Crosshair does not want to go back to Tantiss. He's voiced that opinion very muchly in these last couple episodes, and he doesn't want to go back. He was tortured there, like absolutely tortured. Kids show, whatever you want to call it, animated Star Wars kids show. He was tortured on Mount Tantiss. We saw glimpses of it at the end of season 2, and it's been teased out in this 3rd season drastically. But we'll get to, because Crosshair is one of the 5 that we'll get to in a second. Yeah. Fearless says, Hemlock cloned himself, mixed with Nala Say's DNA to come out as Snoke. It's not a horrible guess. It's not a horrible theory. Snoke is still such a freaking mind boggler that there's no wrong answers, but that sounds insane. But yeah. Yeah. Phoenix Prime, what is up? Phoenix Prime says, finally here while you're live. About damn time. Yeah, it's about damn time, Phoenix. Jeez. Lance Guy says, doesn't Crosshair have the same problem that Dr. Hemlock has with his hand? Yes and no. Yes and no. I think it has something to do with the toxic gas that was revealed in season 2, but we'll get to that toxic gas in a minute because that is one of the same 5 things that I think he has up his sleeve. Yeah. Dr. Hemlock, okay, Dr. Hemlock, you're going to have to give me some inside knowledge because you are, in fact, him, says, in Season 2, Episode 7 and Episode 8, appeared the first clone assassin, and he appeared before Dr. Hemlock even came to Mount Tantiss, so who made the first clone assassin? Hemlock from his first lab? That's a possibility. Obviously, Hemlock has had multiple labs. That was revealed to us in Episode 2 of this season. That's definitely a possibility. But that might actually not have been the first time that Hemlock has been to Tantiss either. So we don't really know for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, it does look like this Dark Trooper, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Cody is the clone assassin, and some other clones from Clone Wars are in the Dark Trooper program like Slick and Dogma. It's possible. It is definitely possible that Cody or Tech or anybody is still that first clone assassin or third clone assassin that we saw in this third season. That's definitely still on the table. I'm not cutting that down at all. I'm just saying that there are 3 more clone assassins that are coming in the finale, and the Bad Batch are in for quite a rude awakening. Yeah. And by the way, this poll is at 88% of you think that the finale will be over an hour. I hope 88% of us are not extremely let down. But that does mean that 12% of us think that it won't be over an hour long, which is kind of crazy. Wrecker versus a Dark Trooper? Yeah. Imagine how incredible that would be. Imagine. Boyle could be another one of those clone assassins. I guess so. Yeah. Tech in the next episode? Maybe. Maybe we will get the clone assassin revealed in the next episode. If the next episode is only 24 minutes, like they've been reporting for the last week and a half, then it's going to be a short episode. And I think we're going to be left on a massive cliffhanger. But doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that nothing is going to happen in the next episode. Not at all. Yeah. All right. So, oh shit, it just go down to the bottom. No. Okay, here we go. Nick says, is there anything specific that happened at the time marker on season 1, episode 1? Oh, you're saying at that 109? I don't think so, but maybe. I mean, somebody's going to have to go back and check. Phoenix Prime says, I started to think that Tech is not coming back, but since they've yet to reveal the clone assassin, I'm still holding on to the little sliver of hope, that he might still be in there. Yeah, so obviously, tell me in the chat, who do you think the clone assassin is? We'll get into it later on in the stream, because it's not as important as it once was. We are currently on our way back to Tantiss. The clone assassin's not there. We saw him leave in episode 10. He's not even there. So he's become almost irrelevant. Maybe it's Tech, maybe it's Cody, maybe it's Clone of Crosshair, maybe it's nobody, maybe it's somebody extremely significant that we haven't even thought of yet. But right now, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. You think it's just some dude? We got a couple texts in the chat. Yeah, tell me in the chat who you think it is. Please. I gots to know. Gots to know. Tech is dead. It's either Cody or it's just another regular clone. Interesting. I think it's Cody. Interesting. Tony, what's up? I also think it's just some dude. Tech. Interesting. I still think it's Cody. I'm holding out hope that it's Cody, but I don't think it's nearly as important as anybody is making it out to be. I think we have 3 more clone assassins on their way, but we don't really care about the other one at this point. All right, let's dive into the second thing. So we got 5 secret weapons from our boy Dr. Hemlock coming here. But this second one I think might be the most important, as we haven't seen it since season 2. Actually, there's a few things we haven't seen since season 2 that I think will come back alive, at least in this third season. But this one is a big one. Do you guys remember this? Give me a 2 into the chat if you remember this. This is the end of season 2. This is when Crosshair tries to make his grand escape. You guys remember this? Hemlock's toxic gas. And I'm not talking about his farts. We're talking about Hemlock's gas, okay? Hemlock's gassy ass, okay? Dr. Hemlock has this mysterious gas that he's conjured up that he can breathe. And it was like the most cool and important thing when it was first revealed in season 2. And then since then, a whole season plus later, it hasn't been brought up, hasn't been mentioned, hasn't been seen again. But it seemed like such an important thing at the time. I think this gas is definitely coming back. I think Hemlock has been farting in a jar for at least the last 2 years, and we are going to see that come into play in this third and final season. Or finale, I should say. Because we know that the gas is on Tantiss. It's in specific rooms that he can just leak it into in Tantiss, and he is immune to it. Now, maybe that has something to do with his hand and why it has a glove on it, why he's looking at it all the time. But it definitely has something to do with what's going down in the finale. And it probably has something to do with what Crosshair went through. Crosshair immediately collapses in this gas. He gets knocked out, and Hemlock explains to him that this is like his contraption that he can breathe. He's used to it by now, but it's a very toxic gas. Now, I think it's probably going to be taken and used on the Bad Batch in some way. Maybe it's used in this next episode, and that's the cliffhanger of how like the Bad Batch get caught or something like that. I don't know. Maybe it's Omega and the other Force-sensitive kids leaving, escaping, doing this prison break, one-way out type deal, and then they get the gas. They get knocked out trying to leave. Maybe they put it into the vents. Who knows? Regardless, I think this is clearly something that's going to come back. It wasn't just revealed in that second season for no reason. They could have knocked out Crosshair in an infinite amount of ways in this scene, but they chose to do it with a special toxin that Hemlock created himself, that he can breathe, which is also important. They didn't need to make it so that he could breathe it either. They could have had him with a gas mask on. Nope. He can breathe it. He created it. It's important, and it's coming back. It's going to be in this finale. It's going to play a big, big role in the Bad Batch and whether they succeed or not. And it's just another secret weapon up Dr. Hemlock's sleeve. So not only do we have 3 clone assassins sitting, waiting to be activated, for lack of a better word, in this room right here, but we also have come back. Dr. Hemlock's toxic gas. And I'm not talking about his farts. So, with this being said, first of all, do you agree with me? Do you think this gas is coming back into play from season 2? It just makes almost no sense in my own head, at least, as to why they would create this gas, show it knocking out Crosshair at the end of season 2, and show that Hemlock is immune to it. There's no reason for that unless it becomes extremely important and it will be used again in this finale. What do we think? Is the toxic gas coming back? Yes or no? What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Should we pull it up? Should we pull it up? Let's do it. This poll's not really budging anywhere. It's about 80-20. 20% of you, though, is still a pretty big amount. 20% of you still, or 18%, I guess, 18% of you still think that this finale will be under an hour long, which is kind of crazy. All right, Chopper's taking a nap. Yeah, he is. We can turn him back on in a minute if we want, but let's do this. Do you think Hemlock's gas, and I'm not talking about his farts, Hemlock's toxic gas will be in the finale? When I say the finale, I'm kind of talking the next 2 episodes. I'm just kind of putting the 2 together, but you know what I mean. Yes or no? Do you think we're going to see the toxic gas from season 2 back again as a weapon? It's definitely a weapon. Yeah, it's a secret weapon for sure. It's definitely a secret weapon, to say the least. So now you got 2 things, 2 major things. You have 2 major things under Dr. Hemlock's. In Dr. Hemlock, up Dr. Hemlock's sleeve? What the hell's the saying? Somebody please help me in the chat. Is it up his sleeve? Under his sleeve? In his sleeve? Is it his sleeve itself? Up Dr. Hemlock's sleeve. He's got 2 now, with 3 clone assassins and his toxic gas. Those are your 2 things. We got 5, ladies and gentlemen. We got 5. Up his sleeve? It's up his sleeve. In his sleeve? See, now you guys are contradicting yourselves. Is it up his sleeve? Up. It's up. Is it up? It's up his sleeve. Okay. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks. You guys could have just lied to me and I would have just believed you, so thanks. It's up his sleeve. Okay. It's up his sleeve, guys. Come on. You didn't know that? It's up his sleeve. Guys, come on. Up his sleeve. Yeah, it's up. Obviously, it's up his sleeve. Like what? What are you guys talking about? I get it. It's up his sleeve, okay? I get it.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I get it. All right, let's move on to number 3. We'll leave that poll up there for a while. By the way, 71% of you right off the bat think that, yes, this toxic gas is coming back for sure. It might end up like force speed. What? All right, let me read some chats again so I don't get too far behind. And then we'll get to the third thing. Okay. Where was I in the chat? Jeez, you guys are typing like crazy. Keep it coming, but let me catch up real quick. Oh, here we go. Brandon, what's up? Nick says the final episode sees the ship get shot down and the entire squad dies. 5-minute finale. Oh, what? That would be a bummer. That would be quite a bad ending, to say the least. Chopper, wake up. All right, we'll wake up. Chopper. They're not entertained enough with just me, Chopper. We got to get you up. I get it. I'm not entertained. I understand. I understand. Chopper's got to be behind me talking up my... But he's just so freaking annoying. All right. Back on track here. You Will Try says, please watch the latest interview with Omega's voice actress. What she said at the end, she will definitely die, can't be found on the channel Movie TV, came out one day, or can be found on Movie TV, came out 1 day ago. Let's check it out. Movie TV.
Now, Paul,
Oops. Oh, there is an interview with her. It's 6 minutes long, though. Can I get a time? Can I get a timestamp? Can I get a timestamp on when she talks about this? Please watch the latest interview. All right, give me a timestamp and we'll watch it. But I'm not watching the whole 6 minutes. That's crazy. That's crazy. Clips Flips Melbourne, what's up? Says, I was just thinking back. What would Tantiss inside? Wait, what would destroy Tantiss from inside? The Zillo Beast. It will likely be a scene from the castle in the sky when the robot destroys army forces. What the hell are you talking about? I think I follow a little bit. Talking about the Zillo Beast. We will get to the Zillo Beast in just a little bit, but that is one of the secret weapons. Spoiler alert. What does it say? 2 minutes before the end. All right, let's go to 2 minutes before the end and let's see what she has to say. 2 minutes before the end. So about 4.5 minutes in. All right, let's watch this. Why not? This is an interview with Michelle Ang, who is the voice of Omega. I have no idea what this is, but let's check it out.
Ideas and her skills. She's still a child, so she's still, she comes up with these crazy mission ideas.
First of all, I don't know who this guy is, but his smile is just making my day. This is like the biggest smile I've ever seen in my life, and I want to meet that man.
Or ways to escape that still haven't been absolutely thought out, but I think it's a good wake up for Crosshair that Omega has changed since they've been apart. But yeah, they love each other.
Again, I found it so amazing, of course, that his vocal range, in terms of going between so many different characters. And I was like wondering, do you ever get like some sort of auditory creative whiplash, just experiencing this guy like shifting between so many different characters all the time?
I love that term, auditory whiplash. Like, absolutely. Because I don't know how other voice actors do it.
So obviously, if you guys don't know, D. Bradley Baker is the voice of every single clone in this show, except for Michelle Ang. Except for Omega. So he's the voice of Wrecker, Hunter, Crosshair, Echo, Rex, all of them.
But I've been spoilt for having a co-star that is so accomplished because he will switch between the characters and read in script order. I think like you might have seen him do in Star Wars Celebration 2 years ago in LA.
Whoa, I've never been inside an ion engine before.
It'd be weirder than the hat.
These chambers are quite the engineering marvel.
He just switches on the spot like that. That's crazy.
Is capable of withstanding.
No one cares. Keep moving.
He doesn't just read all like Crosshair and then all Hunter. He literally switches between each line.
That's wild. That's just massive talent right there.
Yeah, he's a master, and it makes my job so easy.
Secure her in a cell.
Well, Michelle, unfortunately, I'm already out of time. So just like one word. Omega's journey, the series journey is coming to an end. Just in one word, are you satisfied with where the story is closing out?
Oh, that's such a hard question because I feel like the stories can go on forever and legacies can continue, but I think there is good closure. Yes. Cool.
The Empire's targeting us.
I don't know. That doesn't make me think that she's gonna die. Is that the end? I'm guessing. Yeah, that's the end. That doesn't make me think that she's gonna die. Obviously, it's gonna be good closure at the end of this show. I think for a lot of characters that will die, I don't think Omega is going to be one of them. And yes, Michelle Ang has talked about how this does feel like an ending for Omega's character, but that might just, again, be because she's losing Crosshair, or she's losing Hunter, or she's losing Wrecker, or she's losing all of them. That is a cool little interview, though. I might have to go check out the rest of that. But, yeah, I don't think Omega's going to die. I don't think Omega's going to die. No, I do not. I definitely do not. But regardless, cool little interview, for sure. Okay. Liam Neeson, what's up? Liam Neeson says, I hope you are right. Wait, what? I hope you are right. It would be very disappointing in the finale if it's only 25 minutes long. Rebels finale was 48 minutes long, and it could have been that long. So it could be that long. Yeah. Anything over 35 minutes, I think I'll be satisfied. I just don't want it to be like a 25-minute finale. Like you just said, I don't want it to be 25 minutes long. So I'm hoping it's probably a lot longer than an hour, which would be fantastic. All I know is it's going to go out with a bang. So whether it's 36 to 40 minutes of a bang or an hour and a half of a bang, I don't care. As long as it's extremely well written, extremely well done, and hopefully sets up the next animated show is what I'm really hoping for, honestly. And closes out all these stories pretty well, too. Fearless says, we might be getting more Rampart, or we might be getting Rampart working with Saw Gerrera. Saw Gerrera is an interesting one. I don't know if he'll show up in these next couple episodes, but we'll see. How long was the Clone Wars finale? Well, the Clone Wars finale was kind of broken into like 4 parts, but how long was it specifically? Let me check it out. Let's check it out. Oh, here we go. Clone Wars. Clone Wars Season 7. Let's see. The finale itself was only 25 minutes. But again, that was broken up into a 4-part episode. So it was 32 minutes, 29 minutes, 28 minutes, and 25 minutes. But yeah, technically the finale was only 25 minutes. So maybe we shouldn't be getting our hopes too high. But just based off of the evidence that we've seen before from obviously the director of cinematography himself, Joel Aaron at Lucasfilm, that leads me to believe that it could be over an hour. But we'll see. We shall see. TK troopers would scream in pain as yelling, run for your life. What? What are you talking about? CG, what's up, says, how do you think Rex and the remaining squad are going to find Tantiss? Well, it could be just as easy as, or simple as, the other Bad Batch members just sending the coordinates. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it impossible for Omega and Crosshair in episode 3 to send coordinates off of Tantiss? Or was that just because the ship that they were trying to send it off of was too broken and the communications were broken? Because you guys corrected me and I was wrong. But Crosshair in Season 2 sends a message out to the Bad Batch from Tantiss. But it could have just been that the Empire wanted him to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they going to be able to send communication off of Tantiss? That's kind of the question. Is it going to be just as simple as the Bad Batch who have just arrived to Tantiss send the coordinates to Rex? Is it going to be that simple? Or is it going to have to be a lot more difficult, and all of next episode is going to have to revolve around the Bad Batch trying to get communication out to Rex to call for help? I don't know. It could really just go either way. Yeah. Yeah. John Groom says, the first clone assassin could have come from Camino. Yeah, but it's more likely that it came from Mount Tantiss, as we saw the room with all the other clone assassins in it. Yeah. MC, what is up? Catherine, how we doing? Generation Tech, what? Also thinks that somebody would let the Zillo Beast escape. I don't know who Generation Tech is, but yes, I do think that the Zillo Beast is going to come into play. And let's just go with the Zillo Beast next, okay? So we have 3 clone assassins. We got Tarkin. We got Hemlock's toxic gas in the 3rd secret weapon up Hemlock's sleeve. Yes, it's up Hemlock's sleeve, guys. Come on. Is the Zillo Beast, okay? So let me pull up the Zillo Beast if you guys don't know who the hell the Zillo Beast is. The Zillo Beast is from Season 2, okay? It's actually from the Clone Wars itself, but the Zillo Beast does track all the way back to season... What season of the Clone Wars is the Zillo Beast from? Somebody in the chat help me out. What season is the Zillo Beast first introduced in the Clone Wars? regardless, this is the Zillo Beast right here in the Bad Batch Season 2, and it's another one like Hemlock's gas that was in Season 2 and will more likely be in Season 3. Because the Zillo Beast itself is taken to Mount Tantiss in this episode in Season 2, and it has not been seen from ever since. Cat's Paw, what is up? Has not been seen ever since. So it's on Tantiss. We know it's on Tantiss. And we've seen the Bad Batch interact with it. Very similar to Hemlock's gas. There is no reason to show us the Zillo Beast. No reason to not to show us that it's on Tantiss and show us all this information about the Zillo Beast if they're not going to bring it back in some way. Now, yes, they're using the Zillo Beast's armor, or skin, I should say, as armor. And maybe that's going to be the next Clone Assassin's armor with the Dark Trooper armor. And that's how they got it, from the Zillo Beast's skin. But I think the Zillo Beast itself is going to come into play when we actually see it maybe even destroy Tantiss. Now, the question is, will Tantiss be destroyed or not by the end of this season? I think the answer is yes, just because Palpatine's probably going to move all of his cloning efforts to Exegol after Tantiss is destroyed. And I think Hemlock and Emery and others are probably all going to die in the destruction of Mount Tantiss. But I think the Zillo Beast is probably the best bet as to how Tantiss gets destroyed. So, you got 3 clone assassins. You got his toxic gas. And now you got a Zillo Beast. This finale might be absolutely insane with just those 3 things alone. If Hemlock is coming at the Bad Batch with all these different secret weapons and different things up his sleeves, like a Zillo Beast, like toxic gas, like more clone assassins, the Bad Batch are likely going to have their hands very full in this finale and probably not going to make it out alive. But that is... I didn't say it, you said it. I didn't say it, you said it. So what do you guys think? Is the Zillo Beast going to be in this finale? Should we pull it up? Let's pull it up. So let's end this toxic gas one really quickly. Let's end this one. By the way, 70, that's going to stay at 73. 72% of you guys think that yes, Hemlock's toxic gas will be brought back in this finale and probably used on the Bad Batch themselves. Now let's talk about the Zillo Beast, okay? Let's pull it up. Will the Zillo Beast be in the finale? Yes or no? Will we see the Zillo Beast yet again? And will he be the cause of the destruction of Mount Tantiss, or even the death of Hemlock, or maybe even the death of one of the Bad Batch members themselves? It's likely that we're going to see Hunter, Crosshair, Echo, Wrecker, all of them die. But it's more of a question of how. Are they going to give them individual deaths? Is one of them going to die to the Zillo Beast? Is one of them going to die to the toxic gas? Is one of them going to die to a clone assassin? Or are they all going to die at the same time, sacrificing themselves in some heroic fashion? Nick says no, they forgot about the Zillo Beast. You think they forgot about the Zillo Beast? I don't think so. This is Dave Filoni we're talking about, the guy who doesn't forget about anything. He's not going to forget about the Zillo Beasts, that's for sure. That's not a scenario I don't think is going to happen. I really think that the Zillo Beast eats Hemlock. I really hope so too. I hope so too. The Zillo Beast eats Hemlock. Some people like that happens. Oh, because it's a funny thing to say. I think it's actually something that could realistically happen. The Zillo Beast in the Clone Wars actually goes specifically after Palpatine. So maybe the Zillo Beast has some sort of consciousness or knows good versus evil. So maybe he ends up turning on Hemlock and killing him. Maybe it's not a secret weapon of Hemlock's and actually Omega frees the Zillo Beast as a distraction or even to kill Hemlock himself. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is the Zillo Beast going to be a good guy or a bad guy? Is he going to help the heroes or hurt them? What do we think? Because honestly, it could go either way. We've seen the Zillo Beasts destroy cities, destroy people, kill people, all this stuff. But in the Clone Wars, it specifically goes after Palpatine. Maybe because it knows he's the villain. What do we think? What do we think? Hemlock is toast? I do too. Hashtag save the Zillo Beast. That's hilarious. Zillo Beast good. Zillo Beast bad. Interesting. What do we think? Is he good or is he bad? Hashtag save the Zillo Beast. Are we really doing that? All right, let me scroll back up here, catch up on some chats really quickly. Did I get the... Damn, I'm really far behind on these chats. I might have to catch up on a little bit of chat before we move on to the fourth thing that is up his sleeve. Keto, what's up? Keto says, first episode of The Bad Batch is about an hour long, so I assume that the last one will be as well. I think so too. Tech is dead. It's either Cody or another clone reg. True. I think it's Princess Callie Ibuki Skywalker. Ooh, that's a good one. Lance Guy says, the assassin has items on his armor that resemble Tech's hardware. That's true. I'm not saying that there's not enough evidence to support the fact that it could be Tech. I'm just also saying that it's likely that it could be Cody or somebody else, or nobody, honestly. Yeah. Christoph says, the Bad Batch will kick Hemlock's gassy ass. Now we're talking. Oh, my God. Oh, jeez.
I got a bad feeling about this.
CG says, what's your favorite season of the show? Of this show? Season 3, hands down. Of the Bad Batch? Oh, 100% Season 3. And it's not even close. Like, Season 3 is way better than Season 2 and Season 1, in my opinion. I think it's, like, quite frankly, not close at all. But you guys tell me. Rank the 3 seasons of the Bad Batch in the chat below. I might actually go 3, 1, 2. Yeah. I think 2 is actually probably my least favorite season. And that's not saying that it's a bad season. I think Season 2 has a lot of fun stuff in it. Just the finale is probably the best part of the entire season. A lot of Season 2 is sort of just character development of Tech because he eventually dies. But it gets you to, like, know Omega more. You get a lot of Crosshair stuff where he finally goes on his redemption arc sort of deal. Yeah. A lot of you guys say 3-1-2, actually. I think 3-1-2 is kind of the way, you know? This is the way. 3-1-2, yeah. Yeah, 3-1-2. 3-2-1, okay, interesting. The best season is When I Appear, says Dr. Hemlock. Yeah, I think Season 3 is probably the best, and I don't think there's much argument to be had there. I love all the seasons. Yeah, no, I love all the seasons, but I'm just saying 3 is the best. Not to say that I don't like the other ones, but yeah. Hemlock really just been committing war crimes on Mount Tantiss since at least Season 2. Yeah, he's been up to no good, for sure. And we've seen him with this toxic gas. We've seen him capture the Zillo Beast, working on some clone assassins, and some other stuff that's going down as well. Yeah, for sure. Sky Z, what is up? Kyle, how we doing? Fearless says, well, they need to keep their helmets on, but the other clones don't? Who needs to keep their helmets on? I'm confused. You think that the Doctor is experimenting on himself also? I don't think so. I don't think he would be experimenting on himself because he probably values himself too much. Yeah, we'll put it that way. Nick says, maybe their helmets will help them not get the toxins. Maybe the Bad Batch's helmets will help them. We'll see. Melissa Skywalker says, if the boys have their helmets on, it won't affect them. You guys think that the gas won't affect them if they have their helmets on? But maybe they have to, like, turn on the air sealant things, because usually when you hear the air sealant stuff, you hear, like, the actual sound of it happening, you know? James, what's up? James says, Hemlock better hope that Vader doesn't show up, because the gas ain't stopping him from killing Hemlock if he fails, and I don't think anyone else would but him. Well, I don't think Vader's going to kill Hemlock. Hemlock is the Empire. If Vader's coming in and killing anybody, it's the Bad Batch. I've become less and less keen on the whole Vader coming in the finale thing. It's possible, but I don't see him coming in and not just wiping everybody out. So I think Vader's probably less likely than anything. Yeah. Yeah. CG says, if Hemlock survives, do you think that they will put on Coruscant. Oh, put him in a Coruscant prison? No. Hemlock wouldn't have done anything wrong if he survived, so he wouldn't be put into prison. I don't think so. No. No, I would not. Nick says, here's my prediction. The next episode fully follows the Imperial side of the story, specifically Emery and the clone assassin and Cody, and we get a minimal Bad Batch in the next episode. I don't think so. I think we are hitting the ground running here. We are actually just diving into the good stuff. We're on our way to Tantiss. The Bad Batch are finally arriving to Mount Tantiss, and I think we're finally going to hit the ground running, and just full gas, no pun intended, no stop in these final 2 episodes. So I think we will focus probably on Hemlock and Emery, but the Bad Batch are going to be there. They'll be involved. Yeah. Yeah. Mike, your gas theory is making me sad because I think you're right. Omega must be the one to save them all. Yeah, I think the gas is most likely going to be used on the Bad Batch. Now, whether or not they have their helmets on, whether or not they can breathe through it, I don't know. But it is very likely that the Bad Batch are in for quite the surprise and quite the tough mission here, to say the least. They've been on some tough missions before, but this is going to be like nothing they've ever done. Yeah. Yeah. Sky Z says, imagine a plot twist where Palpatine comes in and kills Hemlock because he failed him in protecting the mountain. That would be pretty wild. We can talk about whether or not we think Palpatine's going to be in. All right, let's do this, just so we can get a consensus here. Give me a 1 into the chat if you think Palpatine will be in this final season, and final 2 episodes, and give me a 2 if you say no Palpatine, no. Honestly, I would say 2. I think it's less likely we see Palpatine or Vader at this point than likely. Because if Palpatine does come to Tantiss, finds out about Omega, finds out about all this stuff, then Omega's doomed. She's going to be tracked down by the Empire for the rest of her life. And she's doomed. She's absolutely doomed. So I think it's less likely that we'll see Palpatine than likely. And wow, we are pretty split on this one. I see a bunch of 1s, bunch of 2s as well. Should we pull this up? Should we pull it? I see a 3. Thanks, Nick. A 3. A 0.5? That's not helpful. I think we got to pull this up. This is way too split right now. And it seems like, actually, we're 70-30 on the Zillo Beast here. What do we think? Should we pull it up? All right, I think we got to pull it up. Let's pull it up. 25. Thanks, Alex. Thanks. That's helpful.
Incorrect.
All right, let's do it. Let's pull it up. Why not? This is going to be the stream of polls. Let's just do it. Let's just pull everything up. Why not? Why not? Okay. Let's see. Let's say, do you think Palpatine will be in the finale? Yes or no? You tell me. Palpatine in the finale? By the way, the Zillo Beast, 76% of you said yes, that the Zillo Beast will be in this finale. Interesting. I definitely think the Zillo Beast will play a major role in these coming episodes, but we'll have to wait and see. We'll just have to wait and see. Okay, you will try. Oh, I already read that. Lopez, what's up, says, it's great to hear you guys. Well, it's great to hear you. John Group says, the gas may come back for whatever reason, but I don't think that it will have any plot significance. Really? Then what's the point of adding that gas in Season 2? What's the point of having Hemlock be immune to it? And what's the point of just doing it at all? They could have stunned Crosshair in that scene with a blaster. They could have done anything to knock him out, hit him with a frying pan over the head. They could have done absolutely anything. But they chose to introduce this gas that Hemlock created that has never been seen again up until now, because we haven't seen it, and we're a whole season later. I don't know. By the way, we are almost split down the middle here on this poll. This is pretty fascinating, actually. 60-40 right now, but we'll leave it up. We'll leave that one up there for a while. Yeah. Nick says, I thought you read the interview last time, Mike. Yeah, we did read an interview from Michelle Ang, who was kind of making us think that she was going to die. Omega was going to die, but I still don't think that's likely. No. Yeah. John Groom says, seen some people think that Rampart will go on an Agent Callus redemption. I made a video about this yesterday, actually. Shout out to any of you guys who watched that video. Thank you. But yeah, will Rampart turn on the Bad Batch? That's sort of the question. I don't think so. I think if he had reason to, then he would have already. I think the last episode was the perfect opportunity for him to, being that they were on an Imperial station outside of Coruscant. He could have easily just been like, hey guys, this is the Bad Batch right here in front of your faces. But he didn't. He helped them. So I don't think that Rampart is going to turn on them. So maybe he does go on some sort of Agent Callus type arc. Agent Callus is from Rebels, for those of you guys who don't know who the hell Agent Callus is. He starts off as the villain of the first couple seasons. He's working for the Empire. And then he slowly but surely becomes a rebel by the end of the show, and he becomes a hero. Now, Rampart's a little bit different. He did destroy Topoka City. He has killed countless innocent lives in this Bad Batch series. But I could see him going on a redemption arc and then dying in the finale, if that helps. But I don't see him surviving. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is Rampart going to turn on the Bad Batch? Is he going to still continue to be a ally? And will he die in this finale? What are your thoughts on formerly known as Vice Admiral Rampart? What do we think? Can Rampart be trusted? What do we think? What do we think? Where was I? Dinosaur God N? What's up, Dinosaur says, I'm scared for the last 2 episodes. I don't want them to die or the series to end. I'll probably cry for the last episode. I think a lot of us will. I think it's going to be a very sad end to this series. But what I think is it's actually going to be a good ending. That's what's really important is, yes, characters are going to die. It's going to be a sad ending for many of our heroes. But if it's done correctly, yes, we'll be sad, but we'll be not only hopeful for the future, but we'll also just be like, holy shit, that was incredible. Because sometimes sad doesn't mean bad, and sometimes bad doesn't mean sad. You know? But I agree. Catherine says, could Omega be put in stasis? You mean like just to live forever? I don't know. Maybe, but I don't know. We'll see. John Groom says, imagine the irony if the Bad Batch die trying to save Omega only for her to actually save herself. Yeah, I don't think they'll do that. I don't think they would do that. If Omega just saved herself and the other clone, or the other Force-sensitive kids in the vault, and the Bad Batch just showed up and died for no reason, no, they wouldn't do that. I hope they wouldn't do that. I hope not. Dinosaur says, do you collect Star Wars Legos? Because I do. I have some Star Wars. I wouldn't say I collect them, but I got a bunch that I need to build. I got like over a year ago that I still haven't built yet. I got built over there on the table that I can't really show you guys because it's a table all the way over there. Is the Lego Mos Eisley. That thing's massive. But I got Kenobi's ship over there. A 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. And an X-Wing that I still got to build. Yeah. Wildcat says, I think Rex has gotten captured. Really? By who? Sorry says, the ship was too broken to send the coordinates. Oh, in the first 3 episodes? So they can send coordinates off of Tantiss, is what you're telling me? Interesting. Interesting. Fearless says, if I was Echo, as soon as I got to Tantiss, I would be sending the coordinates to Rex. Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen. And in the finale, it's likely that the Bad Batch are going to be captured or sort of left stranded on Tantiss, and they're going to need some help. They're going to need reinforcements, and that's kind of what the finale is going to be about. That's why it's going to be called The Cavalry Has Arrived. All right, let me ask you guys this. Before we get into Hemlock's next trick up his sleeve, secret weapon, I should say, Episode 14 is coming. Episode 14 is titled Flash Strike. What does that mean? What do you guys think the title Flash Strike is referring to? Because we've seen all the titles have, of course, a meaning towards what the episode's about. Sometimes multiple meanings. What the hell does Flash Strike mean? Tell me in the chat as I catch up. Nick says, see, I think next episode is the Empire/Omega episode, a low Bad Batch involvement in the actual episode. I don't think so, because I don't think it's going to like take them a long time to jump through hyperspace. This isn't jumping from one galaxy to another like in the Ahsoka show. This is just jumping from inside of the galaxy, so it won't take too long. Yeah. Cat's paw.
Hello there.
What's up? Okay. Generation Tech is good. I don't know who that is. Whatever. Maybe Dr. Hemlock's gaze could be a security measure against the Zillo Beast. Interesting. I don't know. Omega is going to ride the Zillo Beast into battle. That would be pretty cool. Like we thought that Din Djarin would be riding the Mythazar. It could be. Could be. We'll see. I think the Zillo Beast will be used as a distraction. I think so too. I think Omega is probably going to free the Zillo Beast and used as a distraction, but it could be used in the Empire's favor in some sort of way. But we'll see. We shall see. Jay says, I really hope the Zillo Beast eats Hemlock. Me too. Me too. All at the same time to save Omega, but I feel like Wrecker will survive. You think that the Bad Batch will all die at the same time, but Wrecker will survive? Interesting. Interesting. Catherine says, another great content creator, not great, sorry, says, Thrawn will raid Mount Tantiss 15 years from the Bad Batch time frame. Oh, he does raid Mount Tantiss 15 years from that? Well, 15 years from now is before the original trilogy, so that wouldn't make sense. I think Thrawn will be going to Tantiss in live action in the Mandoverse, but that's like 25 plus years later. Yeah, that's way later. Way later. John Group says, I think the Zillo Beast is good and bad. Probably just remembers who tried to hurt it. Interesting. So I'm sure it won't like Dr. Hemlock, is what you're saying. That's what you're saying. Alex says, what's up? Finally able to catch a stream. Been so busy with school and projects. No worries. So hyped for this week's episode. Really loved the last one. I really loved the last one too. And no worries. I get it. Everybody gets busy. We understand. We're always here on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays when you guys aren't busy. That's the whole deal. You know? That's the deal. That's the deal we've made with each other. Okay? Okay. Should I give you guys the third one? Or wait, the fourth one. Fourth one, right? Should I give you guys the fourth secret weapon? Can you guys spam 4 in the chat if you want to hear the fourth secret weapon? Mando United says, the Zillo Beast will go after Hemlock as he will have been the one experimenting on it and causing it pain. Yeah, that could be likely. Yeah, for sure. Star Chip says, the Zillo Beast is awesome. Very hard to kill. One of the Bad Batch will be killed accidentally by the Zillo Beast. I don't think so. I don't think they'll kill one of the Bad Batch off accidentally. That seems like a waste, you know? Holy shit, that's a lot of 4s. Okay. Calm down. Enough. Just pause. When I meant spam, I didn't mean spam. Okay. We'll talk about the fourth thing after I read this next comment, because it's from the General Grievous.
Hello there.
What's up, General Grievous says, Zillo Beast is kind of like Star Wars equivalent to King Kong. Yeah, kind of, in a way. In a way. I need more clips. I know I need more clips. I only got the 4. You know? But they're 4 great ones. They are 4 great ones.
Incorrect.
4 good ones?
Incorrect.
4 spectacular ones?
Incorrect.
I don't know. I think I need more than 4. But yeah, I need some more clips for sure. I need a This Is the Way one, 100%. Maybe some good cups follow orders. That'd be nice. Yeah. Can we actually, now that we mention it, can we get some good cups follow orders in the chat? If you like spamming, I mean, you might as well spam this. Okay, let me, as you guys do that, let's talk about the fourth thing. The fourth thing that Hemlock has as a secret weapon up his sleeve, I believe, has been in front of us this entire time. Commander Cody, just kidding. Crosshair. Okay, I get when I meant spam, I just meant everybody send it once. We don't have to. Okay, calm down. Crosshair. Okay. Crosshair is a secret weapon, and here's why. We've talked about this a few weeks ago, and I apologize for not remembering who first came up with it. It might have been Fearless, but I could be wrong. Crosshair might be some sort of Winter Soldier type character. Now, the Winter Soldier is a good guy. He's Bucky Barnes in the first Captain America. And then he falls very, very far into snow, and Hydra captures him, tortures him for a while, and puts this sort of brainwashing into his brain that when he hears specific words, he turns into a super soldier and a trained assassin. And he's under the sort of direction of whoever is in command. But he does get brought back to the light, and he is Bucky Barnes again until those words are bestowed upon him, and then he turns into the Winter Soldier again. So it could be something very similar here happening to Crosshair, and this would be a massive twist. If this was the case, if Crosshair really did go Winter Soldier on us, that would be, oh my God, that would be insane. If Crosshair turns in any sort of way, it would be wild. But here's why I think this is possible. A lot went down in Season 2 and in between Season 2 and Season 3 that we didn't see on screen between Hemlock and Crosshair. Now, one of the most important lines in Season 2 that doesn't get talked about nearly too much, or nearly enough, I should say, is when Hemlock uses the gas. So again, one of the other secret weapons we talked about before, uses the gas to knock Crosshair out. He says, and I quote, actually might not be quoted, he says something along the lines of, "I have big plans for you." He had massive plans for Crosshair. Who's the Winter Soldier? I think I explained it well enough now. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, no, maybe. Bro, that would be so cool. I know, right? If Crosshair is the Winter Soldier program, then why did they allow him to escape with Omega originally? Maybe they couldn't get to him. They couldn't have gotten to Crosshair. Like, Omega escapes with Crosshair without Hemlock being nearby, without anybody else being nearby. Yeah. He had big plans or has big plans? Well, he said that he has big plans for Crosshair, but that was in Season 2. That was before any of this stuff happened to Crosshair. This was before Crosshair's hands were shaking. This is before anything happened to Crosshair. Fast forward to Season 3, his hands are shaking. He's been through something extremely traumatic. So the thing that I think is going on here is Crosshair has been through something that has yet to be revealed to us. Yes, it had to do with the clone assassin training, but I believe that Crosshair has been brainwashed. And it only will come into effect when Hemlock comes across Crosshair. And whatever he says to him or tells him or commands him to do, he might be obligated to do so because of the programming, because of the insane torture that Crosshair went through. He might be the Star Wars equivalent to the Winter Soldier. There were some big plans going on here that Hemlock had for Crosshair. Now, maybe you could just say that it was just he wanted him to be a clone assassin, but that's not a big plan. We're talking huge. We're talking hand-shaking, traumatic, Crosshair never is the same type huge. What do we think? Is it possible that Crosshair, of all people, who's been at Omega's side this entire series, has redeemed himself with Hunter, with Wrecker, and the other members of the Bad Batch, and the other heroes in the show? Could Crosshair, could he, the one we've trusted so much to miss shot after shot after shot in this season, could he be the one to turn on all of them? Not because he wants to, but because of programming. Could it harp all the way back to Season 1, Episode 1, where the inhibitor chips in their head were the ones that caused Order 66 to happen? And then at the end of the season, it's revealed that Crosshair removed his inhibitor chip, but he was still working for the Empire. Could we be seeing a Clone Wars-esque version of the Winter Soldier in Crosshair. What do we think? No, yes, no, yes, no. What do we think? What do we think? Could this scene right here have been one of the most important scenes from season 2 that nobody's talking about? That would be a devastating turn. That's the biggest thing, though. We expect big twists and turns in this finale, do we not? And if it's an hour-long finale with twists and turns left and right, would this not be like the most insane twist that we could ask for or not expect, I guess? Crosshair turns on the Bad Batch. Now, maybe he doesn't like fully turn, and maybe he fights against the programming, very similar to how we see Rex fight against the programming in the Clone Wars Season 7, when he's supposed to execute Order 66, and he hesitates, he's shaking, and Ahsoka eventually gets the inhibitor chip out of his head, and of course Rex lives for a very long time. Maybe Crosshair maybe ends himself, or maybe does something to help the Bad Batch. Start up a new poll. Should we pull it up? All right, let's pull it up. Let's pull it up. By the way, this is actually very close, this other poll here. 65% of you think that Palpatine will show up in the finale, and 34%, the math is not mathing, but 34% of you say no. Interesting. Interesting. That's a tough one. All right, let's pull this up. Do you think Crosshair will turn, and I'm just going to put in parentheses, Winter Soldier? Yes or no? Jeez, yes or no? Do you think Crosshair will be this massive twist that Hemlock got under his skin in the 200 plus days that he was torturing him? Think about that. 200 plus days he was torturing Hemlock. I mean, torturing Crosshair. Hemlock was torturing Crosshair. You don't think that something might have clicked in his brain? You don't think that maybe somehow, some way, in the almost year-long torture, he might have turned into something we don't want to know? We don't want to see? You don't think so? Okay. Let me scroll back up here so I can catch up on these chats. I'm very far behind. Okay, where was I? Where was I? Schnikes. Where was I? Oh yeah, by the way, let's do the shout out now, why not? There's a public Discord in the description below. Go join that Discord. This is a public link in the description below. If you're not in the Discord, go join the Discord. There's a Discord in the description below. And if you guys are not a member yet, friggins, what is up? If you're not a member yet, please join the people who love Star Wars. It is the best way to support the channel. It's only 99 cents at the lowest member. There's 3 different tiers. And we got a giveaway coming up. It is the 20th of the month. Oh, it's 420 today. What's up, guys? 420. That means next week is the last week of the month, and that means giveaway time. We got a giveaway coming next week, so join and become a member to get instant access to that giveaway. Yeah. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, where was I? Damn it. Oh my God, I'm scrolling up for days here. All right, let's just start here. If I missed your comment, I apologize. Just re-put it in the chat. Sky Z says, I think Crosshair will die because in Season 2, they really built up Tech's character, and then he died. The exact same is happening in Season 3. I agree, but I think that's happening for all of the Bad Batch. I think that's going to happen to Crosshair, happen to Wrecker and Cody. I mean, not Cody. Crosshair, Wrecker, and Hunter. Yeah. You Will Try says, I hope that Ventress will show up so that my boy Vader will be alerted immediately. How cool would it be to see them faced off against each other? It would be so cool. It would be absolutely incredible if we saw a Vader versus Asajj Ventress, as they have a very long history of fighting against each other. That is Asajj Ventress and Anakin. But I think it's unlikely. I think Asajj Ventress will be in the final scenes of the show, probably taking Omega away to go train. But I don't think that it will be. I don't think she'll come to help with Mount Tantiss. I don't think she's going to be involved in that. Yeah. Mando United says, watch Season 2 today, and I thought it was better than Season... Oh, I just bit my tongue. I did that last stream, too. What the hell's wrong with me? Ah!
This is where the fun begins.
I just watched season 2 today, he says, and I thought it was better than season 1, so it goes 3, 2, 1 for me. Yeah, maybe I have to rewatch season 2 again. Maybe. Hemlock, you're in the chat. Tell us what you're doing. Yeah, Hemlock, come on. Give us some information here. Would you watch a Tales of Tantiss? Yeah, but I don't think they would make that. Hello there. Recently joined your channel's community. Oh, awesome. Have a question. Who do you think is hiding behind the helmet of the clone operative CX2? That's a great question. I think it's Commander Cody. I certainly hope it's Commander Cody, but I don't know. And I appreciate you joining the community. That is very, very nice of you. I appreciate you. Fearless says, my favorite episode of Season 2 was the solitary clone in the outpost. Yeah, I mean, the 2 Crosshair episodes, well, there's a few Crosshair episodes, but the 2 specific Crosshair-only episodes are probably the best too. And that's saying something. It just means that Crosshair's the best. Yeah. John Groom says, maybe Hemlock wasn't always an evil Imperial stooge. Maybe his hand is a result of the Empire's persuading him to comply. Interesting. I don't know. It seems to me that Hemlock is an evil scientist through and through, and he has been for a long time. But maybe you're right. Ventress, she's the only one I send for. Oh, General Grievous. Fearless says, and I quite like season 2, especially the finale where Topoka City gets destroyed. Epic episode. Season 1 for me, a lot of it is just because of that premiere. That hour and 15-minute premiere of Kanan Jarrus, Order 66, going back to Camino, having Tarkin come in, Saw Gerrera, like that alone puts season 1 for me slightly over season 2. Yeah. Grillfit Warriors, what's up, says, what if they froze Omega in carbonite to continue research and the Empire escapes with her from Tantiss before Tantiss is destroyed? That would be insane if they captured Omega in carbonite. That would be wild. It's a crazy theory, but I like it. Do you think that Hemlock will unalive one member of the Bad Batch? Hemlock specifically, probably not. I think it's more likely that the Bad Batch will sacrifice themselves. Yeah. Common Sense King. Oh my God, we got the King of Common Sense in here. Wouldn't it be ironic if Rampart encountered a clone assassin who is Captain Wilco? That would be wild. Captain Wilco is the clone that Rampart kills in cold blood in season 2. But Wilco's body falls like off a cliff after he kills him. So I doubt it. But hey, maybe. You never know. That'd be wild. That would be wild. That is when I talk about bold predictions, that is a bold prediction, and I love it. That's great. Yeah. Nick says, just to show Hemlock is a mad scientist. What? Kip Fisto says, I'm actually on him not being in the finale. Oh, on Palpatine? I am too. I think I'm probably on that line more. John Groom says, maybe we'll see Palpatine as a hologram saying that we need to move our operations from Tantiss when it gets destroyed. Ooh, that would be kind of cool. Maybe we see Palpatine go to Exegol. That's how I think we could see him in the finale. If it's like a final scene type thing to set up him moving his cloning operations to Exegol, that would be kind of cool. That would technically be him showing up in the finale, but I was more so asking, do you think he'll show up on Tantiss? But yeah. Anthony, what's up? Says, sorry I'm late. No worries. Says, had to take a breather. Okay. Ironic that some idiot is smoking horrible smelling weed in the courtyard. No manners whatsoever. Well, it is 420, so you kind of got to give him a break on that one. But yes, that is funny. Cat's Paw says, he will be on there and barely... Wait, who is he? Oh, Palpatine. Wait, what? Who? What? Who are you talking about? Catherine says, what if Michelle Ang is hinting that Omega will be put in stasis like Han Solo, so like in carbonite? That would be wild. I don't see it happening, but it would be pretty wild. It would be a crazy twist. Christoph, what's up? Melissa says, I don't think Palpatine will be on Tantiss, but I think that you will see him at the end of the episode looking really pissed off because the mountain will be destroyed. Yeah, and maybe you could even see him going to Exegol, saying that he has to move his cloning efforts to Exegol. That would be awesome. Cat's Paw says, Rampart cannot be trusted, and the Bad Batch have a contingency plan for it, though. Really? You think so? I just think if Rampart couldn't be trusted, then they wouldn't have brought him along, first of all, to Tantiss. They would have left him there. And he would have already turned them in. Yeah. But I went over all this in a video yesterday, so if you guys haven't watched that video, go check it out. Starchip says, I don't think that Rampart can be trusted. Really? Fascinating. Mando United says, no way that Rampart will die double crossing the Bad Batch? No way that he will do that? I agree. I think he'll die maybe in a heroic sense, helping the Bad Batch, actually. Yeah. Fearless says, he'll survive, and later in another show, we'll see Rampart working with Saw Gerrera. We could see that. We could see him join the rebellion, but I feel like he's just done so many horrible things that he's a little bit too far gone, you know? But maybe. This is the way says, there can be a Rampart redemption arc, but the Bad Batch fans aren't going to like it because it will happen if Crosshair or someone else sacrifices themselves to save him. Ooh, imagine. So it goes from Rampart bossing Crosshair around and treating him horribly to Crosshair going on a complete and total different trajectory to saving Rampart, the guy who was a complete asshole to him for seasons. He now saves him. Oh, that would be insane. That would be insane. It would be quite a big twist, but it would be insane. Yeah. Tony says, we saw clones die at the end of the Clone Wars. Ahsoka over their grave sites. Yeah, we've seen tons of clones die. For sure. Catherine says, Rampart has nowhere to go. The Empire will not take him back, and the rebels don't trust him. Yeah, he just wants to be freed at this point. He just wants to be free from the Empire or the Rebellion at that point. Yeah. Mr. Skunk Boy SWE, what's up, Mr. Skunk Boy, says, if any of the batch die, like Waxer, I will cry. How did Waxer die? Why am I blanking on that? I don't know. Rex captured by Hemlock? I don't think so. The Bad Batch will attack and Hemlock will not be prepared. Yeah, well, that's a big thing, is Hemlock doesn't know that the Bad Batch are coming. Yes, he has the Zillo Beast. He has this poison gas. He has these 3 clone assassins on Tantiss. And he has possibly a Winter Soldier type character in Crosshair, and he might even have one more thing, which we'll get to. But he doesn't know that the Bad Batch are coming. So the Bad Batch still have the element of surprise. That is true. Yeah. Fearless says, Generation is a YouTuber, and he makes great content videos for Star Wars. What? You guys are watching other content creators? Have you lost your mind? No, I'm kidding. That's awesome. I never heard of him, but that sounds great. That sounds awesome. I always say I'm always going to shout out other YouTube creators, obviously Star Wars creators, but if those other Star Wars content creators are winning, then we're all winning, you know? We're all winning. We are all winning. Oh, by the way, guys, we hit 47,000 subscribers today, or yesterday, last night, maybe, this morning? I don't even know. 47,000 subscribers this morning. Amazing. I cannot thank you guys enough. 47,000 is absolutely insane. We are almost getting so close to 50,000. So 47 is a big step to getting to 50,000, obviously. So I cannot thank you guys enough. I'm going to play the celebration song. It says 45. Just imagine it says 47. Okay, we can use our imagination. Oh yeah, 47K, absolutely insane. I appreciate the celebrations in the chat. Yeah, absolutely. I still can't. I don't fathom these numbers. The fact that there's 50 plus of you watching me right now, I don't get it. Are you real? Are you real? I don't believe it. So 40. Yeah, it says 45. I know. I didn't update it. I'm lazy. No, there wasn't one for 47. I just didn't do it. Okay, I didn't do it. Sue me. We're going to have a big, massive celebration for 50K. Don't you worry about it. Probably even do some giveaways. But, yeah, 47K is absolutely insane. I don't get it. I don't get it. None of these numbers make sense to me. You're real? Okay. Can everybody just tell me that they're real in the chat just so I can kind of get a grip here? Get a grip? Yeah. All right. Nick says, Flash Strike means a quick hit that no one saw coming. Maybe the Zillo Beast, maybe the Bad Batch blowing up something. Yeah, I think the Flash Strike is probably more so referring to the Bad Batch because they have the element of surprise coming into Mount Tantiss. So yeah, maybe. Oh my God, you're all real. This is crazy. This is crazy. We have BD1 in the chat, by the way. BD1. I almost got BD1 at Galaxy's Edge instead of Chopper. And actually, I put it in the Discord. So go join the Discord if you're not in there. And you guys voted on Chopper, which I thought was the right decision. But BD1 was really cool too. Yeah. Yeah. This is the way it says Flash Strike episode, crazy theory. It has to do with Omega or a Rex story. We don't see Hunter in the Bad Batch until the cavalry has arrived. I don't think so. I don't think the cavalry has arrived, I think, is obviously referring to the Bad Batch. But it's not referring to the Bad Batch exclusively. I think it's referring to Rex and Hauser and Gregor and Wolf and other people who are coming to help them. Possibly Fee and maybe some others. I think that's the cavalry. So I think this next episode will focus on the Bad Batch. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. All right, I think now is a good time to ask you guys to drop your craziest predictions for the upcoming 14th episode of the Bad Batch in the chat right now. Flash Strike, what do you think it means? What do you think's going down? What do you think's happening? Drop your craziest predictions. And I mean craziest. Like absolutely crazy. Maybe not too crazy, but craziest predictions in the chat right now. What do we think? Anthony says, Mike, I just really hope that we finally find out what's the deal with both Dr. Hemlock and Crosshair having issues with their hands. Yes, and I think a lot of that will be explained because of, one, maybe a possible Winter Soldier type Crosshair character going on here, and obviously what happened with Crosshair, what these experiments that were done on him were, and how that sort of happens, you know? Yeah. We'll see. We shall see. By the way, guys, there still is that fifth trick up Hemlock's sleeve, that fifth secret weapon that Hemlock is holding on to here. And if you guys want to know what that is, you might actually have to put a 5 into the chat. 5. Just one. Don't spam it. Just one. Just everybody just do one, okay? Just do one. Just do one. Okay? Just the one. Yeah, there's obviously a fifth one. Episode 2. Oh, wait, shit. No, that's not what I want. Okay. Let me get back to the chat real quick. Mel H, what's up? Mel says, the ship was damaged. Communications were most likely broken. Oh, yeah, on that other thing. When do you think Vader comes out? I don't think Vader will be coming in this third, will be coming in this third and final episodes. I don't think so. Oh my God, that's a lot of 5s. Okay, I guess we'll have to talk about it then. I guess so. Do you guys remember episode 2 of The Bad Batch? You guys remember these guys right here? The clone cadets? Strange that we never saw them until about episode 11, and they were only in for like a brief second when Hunter told them to do something. But you guys remember this planet, this whole episode in general? Yeah? You guys remember the vines on this planet? The reason that they had to abandon the facility on this planet, the reason that these 3 clone cadets were left behind? Yeah? I think this might actually be the 5th and final secret weapon that is up Dr. Hemlock's sleeve. It's up his sleeve, guys. You know? I can't believe you guys are getting that wrong earlier. That's insane. It's up his sleeve. Duh. But this might be the 5th secret weapon that he has. The weird-looking, vine-looking, creature-looking thing. You know? So now you're talking about Dr. Hemlock possibly having 5 major, and I mean major, like major, having 5 major tricks up his sleeve, secret weapons, so to speak, like the title of this stream says. You're talking about toxic gas, 3 clone assassins, possibly a Winter Soldier type Crosshair twist that nobody would expect, the Zillo Beast, and the vine creature thing from episode 2. The same argument can be made for almost all of these. Why were they introduced? Why were they focused on and not sort of explained at the time? Think about it. All 5 of these things have the same thing in common. Hemlock's gas, the 3 clone assassins that are still on Mount Tantiss, Crosshair's experiments that were done on him, the Zillo Beast itself being on Mount Tantiss since season 2, and the vines. All 5 have no explanation. All 5 were introduced. They were really cool things, but they didn't need to exist. All 5 of them. They didn't need to happen. And we still don't know anything about them. The toxic gas, the vines, what happened to Crosshair in those almost year that he was on Tantiss. The Zillo Beast, we don't know what's going on with that either. And the 3 clone assassins, we have no idea. A lot needs to be explained about all 5 of those things, but they could all be used as secret weapons in Dr. Hemlock's play to destroy the Bad Batch. But this one is a very interesting one, so let's talk about it a little bit more. We really only spent an episode here. And yes, it was important to have, or to at least see Hunter and Wrecker trying to look for Omega, but there was no reason for them to go to this planet. There was no reason for them to meet these cadets. There was no reason for them to show us this fallen Imperial facility that Hemlock used to be at and create this vine-like creature, because guess what? It never came into play again. We are now 11 episodes from that episode, because it was episode 2, and we're on episode 13. We've been 11 episodes since then. And yet, this vine-type creature and this planet and these cadets, they've had zero, absolutely zero to do with the story. So what was the point? What was the point of introducing Hemlock's toxic gas? What was the point of introducing this vine creature? What was the point of showing the Zillo Beast going to Mount Tantiss in season 2? What was the point of absolutely torturing Crosshair for an entire year? And what was the point of showing us that there are 3 more clone assassins? Filler? Now you might say it's filler. You might say just to give us some cool story, but there's no reason. There is no reason. To do filler, you could do anything. But like I said, you could have substituted almost all of these. I just bit my tongue again. Oh my God.
I got a bad feeling about this.
You could have substituted almost all of these things, all 5 of these things, for something else. The toxic gas, you could have stunned Crosshair. You could have knocked him out with a frying pan over the head. Having Hunter and Wrecker looking for Omega, you didn't have to go to this planet where there's these clone cadets or do anything like that, or introduce this weird-looking vine-type creature that Hemlock created. You didn't have to do any of that. You didn't have to. There could have been a way to get around to introducing any of these things, and all of them were introduced without any explanation or any further explanation. They were all one and dones. The Zillo Beast episode, one and done. The gas in the Crosshair episode, one and done. The Hemlock saying that he was going to experiment on Crosshair, we didn't see any of that. This episode right here, one and done. We barely even saw the clone cadets again, and they saved the 3 of them. So there has to be an explanation to this. It all is going to come together in this finale, in these final 2 episodes, and we're finally going to see all 5 of these things again. The Zillo Beast, the gas. We're going to get some explanation as to what's going on with Hemlock's gloved hand and what happened to Crosshair when he was on Tantiss. And maybe we'll even get to see the vined creature from this episode yet again. Wow. I think I made my point. I don't know, that was a lot. I need a breather. Hang on. Let me take a long sip of water. What do we think? What do we think? What do we think? Hemlock's 5 secret weapons. Do we think we're going to see all of them? Do we think we'll see some of them? Do we think we'll see all of them, some of them? By the way, 68% of you say no. You don't think Crosshair will turn and be some sort of Winter Soldier-esque thing. But that does mean, still means that 32% of you do think that that's a possibility, which is pretty wild. All right, let me catch up on some chats so that I'm not a million years behind on chat. But tell me what you guys think in the chat. Tell me what you guys think. Is this possible? Does Hemlock really have all these secret weapons waiting for the Bad Batch? Yes, the Bad Batch have the element of surprise, but Hemlock is waiting there with an arsenal of secret weapons and an army of Imperial troopers on an Imperial base that is supposed to be the most secure Imperial base in the entire galaxy. I don't know. 4 out of 5? You think I'm 4 out of 5? Well, what's the one that you don't think is going to happen? Look at all those good cops follow orders. This is incredible. Anthony says, actually, the Zillo Beast is the absolute Star Wars universe equivalent to Godzilla, since that's Dave Filoni's favorite monster, when George Lucas teased him about it. Yeah, no, absolutely. Obviously, the Zillo Beast takes from Godzilla, King Kong, all those type of creatures that sort of destroy everything type deal. Yeah. Tony says, Crosshair being a Winter Soldier has crossed my mind and it scares me. Yeah, it would be quite the twist, for sure. John Groom says, if Crosshair has the Winter Soldier programming, then why did they allow him to escape with Omega? Again, it's probably because they weren't near him. Maybe Hemlock is the only one who can do it and say the right words to kind of get to him, but maybe we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. And of course, Felix thinks that Crosshair is going to survive. I don't know. JHS, what's up? Says big plans. Oh, big plans. Big plans. Huge. Yes, the Zillo Beast will destroy Tantiss, at least in part. Yeah, I think so too. I think the Zillo Beast will have some sort of take on this whole thing, you know? Felix says, listen, I'm not over Kanan yet. I can't go through this again with Crosshair. Kanan was like in 2018. What? You're not over the Kanan death? What about Tech? Tech was last year. Yeah. Jay says, is it like Savage or Vedless in the Clone Wars? What? I'm confused. John Groom says, so you're saying that they have to say certain words or certain orders to activate him? That's not very Star Wars. Could be something that they just press a button to activate him remotely. Yeah, they could have put another inhibitor chip in his head. They could have definitely done something like that. But I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. Yeah. Anthony says, oh, damn it. Just go down to the bottom. Are you kidding me? No. What the hell? Come on. Oh, here we go. Anthony says, imagine in the series finale that we get to see Tech, who is the clone assassin, and Crosshair, who has been programmed. That would be tragic. Imagine Crosshair and Tech both as clone assassins fighting against Hunter, Omega, Wrecker, Rex, Hauser, Gregor, and others. That would be insane. That would be insane. Then you're really pitting the heroes against each other, and that would be absolutely wild. Roman the Swag, what's up, Roman, says, do you know how long the finale is going to be, or is it going to be like 20 minutes like the rest? I'm hoping it's going to be over an hour. I'm actually working on a full-on video about this that'll come out tomorrow on the runtime of this finale. And yes, it's pretty much speculatory, but it's an educated guess based off of stuff that we've been revealed via leaks and scoopers, but also via producers on the actual show. So watch out for that video tomorrow, but I do think it's going to be over an hour for sure. Tiffany says, it's a possibility, but then again, they couldn't turn him into a clone assassin, so maybe not. I'm 50-50 on it. Oh, you're talking about Crosshair turning? Yeah, so Crosshair rejected the clone assassin programming, but he also went through it. So he still went through the programming, he just wasn't one that it sort of stuck to. So maybe, just maybe, some of that programming is still inside of him, and maybe it'll come out, but we'll see. Cat's Paw says, I seem to always work on the weekends of the giveaways. Well, the giveaways is always the last stream of the month, so I'm not sure what day of the week that lands on, but it's coming up. It's definitely coming up. It might be a Tuesday stream, actually, but it might be a Saturday one. Supernova, what's up? Supernova says, Hemlock is going to die in the finale. I think so, too. What if Asajj Ventress and Quinlan Vos show up to save Omega? But why would they? It would be cool, but why would they? You know? What would be the purpose of Asajj Ventress and Quinlan Vos showing up to save Omega, who they barely know, on a secret Imperial planet? Now, maybe it has to do with some of the friends that Echo made. We talked about this last stream, but Echo says a line in like episode 6, I believe, when he says it to Omega, that he's made a lot of friends across the galaxy. Now, maybe he's going to call in all those friends, and those friends will be the cavalry that is arriving in episode 15. But maybe some of those friends would include Asajj Ventress and Quinlan Vos, which would be insane. Absolutely insane. Like, I see it going one of two ways. One, this finale's like solely focused on the Bad Batch themselves. Or two, we're going to get an absolute insane amount of cameos. Like Glub Shittos up the wazoo. Asajj Ventress, Quinlan Vos, Vader, Palpatine, Hera Syndulla, Caleb, anybody you can think of that's been in the first 2 seasons, in the first 3 seasons of the Bad Batch, could be in this finale. Or it's just the Bad Batch. Like, even Rex doesn't come to help, and it's just the Bad Batch. But we'll have to wait and see, I guess. We'll have to wait and see. Hemlock says, episode 14 and 15, the viewers will have a big identity crisis. The viewers will? Well, here's why I don't think it'll be a Glub Shitto or Cameo Fest type deal, is because there's so much that we need to learn about Hemlock, about Crosshair, about Emery. Emery's got to turn. Like, Omega and the kids have to escape. The Bad Batch have to save them. Like, a lot has to happen with 2 episodes left and not a lot of time to do it. So I don't think it's going to have time to bring in all these cameos, you know? All these other heroes. Melbourne says, Ventress has more lives than a cat. Yeah, well, she has probably... She is very similar to a cat. If any Star Wars character was to resemble a cat, other than one that looks like a cat, I would say it's Asajj Ventress, yeah. Christoph says, Hemlock needs to spoil a bit. What? I mean, if we have a special guest tonight, we would be dumb. What? What are you talking about? Do you guys want to do call-ins tonight? We do have a little bit of extra time here. Here's what I'll do. In the Discord, which is a public Discord in the description below, you guys can join that Discord. Anybody can join the Discord. But I'm going to open up a call-ins stage. And if anybody wants to do call-ins, then we will do it. And if nobody wants to do them today, then we won't, okay? So call-ins, we'll open up that stage right now. All you have to do is go into the stage and raise your hand, and then we'll bring you in, okay? Okay. You Will Try says, there could be a sixth secret weapon, and it would be Vader. That would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool, I must say. Yeah. That would be kind of cool. All right, we're going to bring in Cat's Paw as the first call in today. What's up, Cat's Paw? Let's bring you on in here. Cat's Paw, how we doing?
Can
Hello?
you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk Bad Batch final 2 episodes. What is like something that you would want to see happen? Now, it could be anything. It could be like somebody dies, somebody survives, somebody shows up, somebody blah, 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 blah. Like anything you want to see happen in these final 2 episodes. What do you want to see? Not what do you think is going to happen. What do you, Cat's Paw, want to see?
Ooh, well, I want to see Omega riding the Zillo Beast and going after Hemlock and eating him.
I love it. I love it.
I know that, they're going to kill off, most of the boys, but I still think for some reason Wrecker is going to survive somehow.
Really?
And Asajj Ventress and Quinlan Vos come and save Omega for sure and take her off, because I really think she's going to go off and be part of the new Ventress series or whatever we're having.
I agree.
They destroyed the base on Tantiss, but I think because we do somehow have Palpatine return, somebody's going to be able to escape with some of the experiments. to start a new mountain, because I think isn't there a new lab somewhere later on in some of the comics or something?
Well, yeah, they go to Exegol. They go to Exegol for sure.
Exegol, that's right. So somebody has to escape from that for sure. So
Yeah.
maybe get the answers onto how that happened, and then the boy's death. I don't see them getting killed individually. I think it's like
all together. Yeah.
I think it's going to wait till the last episode, and it's like there's just this something big happens.
All right,
and
let me ask you a follow-up question because no, it was all great. I'd love to see Omega riding the Zillo Beast and eat Hemlock's head off. That would be fantastic. Who doesn't want to see that?
That'd be awesome.
But let me ask you a follow-up question. Let's talk about Rampart specifically, the former Vice Admiral. Do you think he's gonna? First of all, do you think he's gonna die by the end of the show? And second of all, do you think he's gonna remain a good guy? Somebody before you answer.
I don't think he ever was.
Wait. Let me pitch it to you. Somebody in the chat mentioned this earlier, and it's actually a crazy idea. If Crosshair was to sacrifice himself to actually save Rampart himself. Now Rampart has kind of gone on some sort of redemption arc, to say the least. He's not a good guy, but he's a good guy. He's not a bad guy, but he's not a bad guy. He's just been freed from an Imperial prison, So my question to you is, first of all, do you think he's going to survive? And second of all, is there any world that he could end up coming out of this as some sort of rebel, or at least the beginning of a rebellion type deal? He's not going back to the Empire. We know that for sure. So what do you think?
Oh, good theory. Let's see. That is a really good theory. I think he's in for himself. He's just that type of person anyway. And he's going to go where the winning team is. But it's like you said, I really think Crosshair is like the Manchurian candidate, but somehow with the Manchurian candidate, there's that word, and then he turns into a killer. But I think Crosshair has just enough to not let that take him over, or something snaps in him. Yeah. And then, like you said, Rampart sees that.
Yeah,
as him sacrificing himself for the team, Omega getting away, and Rampart being able to escape, with everything. And like you said, I think that helps him say, hey, this is sacrifice. These people, this is what this is all about. And he does join the rebellion. I really think he does too.
That'd be pretty cool. All right, Catspaw, I appreciate you. I'm going to get you on out of here, and I'll linger on that for a second, but I appreciate you. I appreciate all your support, of course.
All right.
And I saw you got the 6-month member badge.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes, that's awesome. I appreciate it. All right, let's get you on out of here. Does anybody else want to get in here? You just got to come in and raise your hand in the Discord call-ins portion of the Discord call-ins portion. But yeah, no, I agree. I think Rampart is an interesting one. I don't think he's going to try to go back to the Empire. That makes no sense for his story arc at all. But what actually was very interesting there, what made me think of something interesting, was Crosshair possibly going on this sort of Winter Soldier arc, to say the least, going on this turning because of maybe something Hemlock says, maybe some of his torturing comes back to haunt him, whatever. But maybe he does that, and it's only when Omega comes on board that he comes back from that. And maybe Omega, because of their connection together, she's the only one who can kind of bring him back to the light. Maybe he loses his head a little bit, and because Omega's not with them, he's like losing it, and he's trying to kill Hunter, trying to kill Wrecker, maybe something similar to that. But then it kind of comes back when Omega is back in the situation. Maybe. I appreciate that, Catspaw. I really, really do. All right, if anybody else wants to come in for the call-ins, I'll keep an eye on that, and if I don't see you, just yell at me in the chat. But I got a lot of chats to catch up on here, so let's keep reading here. Let's keep reading. All right, let's see. Where was I? Oh, Nick says, just curious, could Ventress pull a Luke and wipe out all the Bad Batch on Tantiss? Oh, Ventress pull a Luke and kill all the bad guys. I get you now. Could Ventress pull a Luke Skywalker and kill all the bad guys? So, like, come in and, like, Luke kills all the Dark Troopers in The Mandalorian Season 2? I don't think so, but maybe. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Hang on one second. Sorry. important. Okay, moving on. Maybe. Kit Fisto says, it would be crazy if sometime along the way Vader fought Ventress. Well, now with Ventress back in the mix, it's likely that could really happen. It's actually very likely that could happen. Just because of their history and, of course, what it would mean for Vader if he saw Ventress. 100%. But it would be cool. Where Vader was formerly the light side and Ventress was formerly the dark, now the roles have reversed. I know. It is it's like almost poetic. The two of them were fighting throughout the Clone Wars, where Ventress was the bad guy and Anakin was the good guy. And now the whole sort of thing would be reversed. Yeah, it would be cool. Yeah. Poor little old Omega. Hopefully she comes back. I hope that Omega kind of gets a redemption type deal. I mean, not a redemption, but like obviously a happier ending. Many of her brothers are going to die, but hopefully a happier ending. Tony says, will Senator Chuchi be seen or perhaps in another series? I'm starting to think that was to set up another series. Yeah, I thought that conversation between Senator Chuchi and Senator Singh in episode 6 or 7, whenever that was, I thought that was going to be a lot more important. But we haven't been to Coruscant yet, or we went outside of Coruscant, but we haven't seen the Senate in this season like we did in season 2, and it doesn't really seem to be the focus. So maybe it's just to set up the next show, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. Have to wait and see. JHS says, Tech's farewell was sad, but if we have the Bad Batch sacrifice their lives for Omega, I know, if we have all the Bad Batch sacrifice their lives, that'll be a lot more sad, to say the least. So, we'll see. Yeah. I don't think Vader will show up in the final episodes. I don't either. I really don't. By the way, where's this poll sitting at? 56 votes almost, or over 56 votes. 71% of you say no. Crosshair will not be going on the Winter Soldier arc, but that does still mean that 30% of you do think that he could. Jason Likes You says, I'm curious, is there anything new on the Rey movie? And I think that Omega will go with Ventress for training. Is there anything new on the Rey movie? No. Actually, last week there was a little bit of news, but it was just that Daisy Ridley's about to read the script, and she's going to read the script, I believe, next month or something like that, by the end of next month. I forget. But yeah, no real news on that because it's still sort of in its very early stages. We do have some Acolyte news today, though, that we got to get to at some point, but we'll do that before we get on out of here. Just give me an Acolyte. Just write Acolyte in the chat if you guys want to go to the Acolyte news, and then we can come back to the Bad Batch, obviously, but tell me in the chat. Greed Malcoin? What's up, Greed? Says, Sydney will be a part of the cavalry. Oh, Sid? You mean? Sid, the freaking worst character ever? I hope not, but maybe. I don't know. Do you guys want to see Sid? I don't want to see Sid. I don't want to see Sid. I don't know. We'll see. This is the way says, Mike, I'm sorry, but I have some bad news. John Lauren tweeted out that his tweet has nothing to do with the final runtime. I'll put it in the Discord if you want. Yeah, go put it in the Discord. Oh, Joel Aaron. Is it Joe Lauren? Have I been calling him Joel Aaron? Whatever. Regardless. Yeah. We'll see. Cat's Paw says, I hope to see Senator Chuchi show up in a future episode. Also, probably in my Clone Rebellion animation show. Oh, Cat's Paw, I forgot to ask you about the Clone animation show, damn it. But we'll see. Yeah. We shall see. Wrecker equals dead. He's dead. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Will we get a series epilogue at the end of this explaining where everyone goes to live on to? Maybe. I think we'll get like an endings epilogue type deal like we do get at the end of Rebels, but it will more likely be to set up the next show. Yeah. Gonk here? What's up, Barbie? How we doing? Someone dies. Theory, Rex is only with Wolf and Gregor because of something traumatic that he sees on Tantiss. Reason, because he most likely sees someone or some of the experimented clones. Yeah, it is weird that Rex is in hiding by the time of Rebels. Why is he not helping the rebellion? When right now in the Bad Batch, he's very adamant on helping the rebellion. So maybe we do see something there with Rex. Maybe. I like it. I like the theory. Kip Fisto says, Obi-Wan Kenobi meets Vader again and gets cut in half. The Bad Batch find him, heal him, and give him mechanical legs like Maul. Vader attempts to kill Palpatine and Hemlock, and Yoda turns up. Just kidding. Okay. I figured you were just kidding, but that was a great theory, I must say. All right, I see a bunch of acolytes in the chat. So is there 1 or 2 episodes remaining? There's 2 episodes still remaining. Yeah, 2 episodes still remaining in the show. Roman says the Crosshair got cloned within the final year span, and he's been cloned. And the original clone of Crosshair is the CX2 clone. That would be wild. That would be wild. Omega and Crosshair will be the last parts of the Bad Batch in the end. Maybe. Grillfit Warrior says, I think the Flash Strike will have a dual meaning at this point in time. The initial strike of the Bad Batch and Hemlock having to break through since they do successfully create a clone of Palpatine. Ooh, that would be wild. That would be wild. All right, let's move on to this Acolyte news really quickly, just because we're running out of time here today. Where the hell is this? Oh, here we go. So it's just a little bit of news. It's just a casting that happened with the Acolyte. Supergirl. Anybody watch Supergirl? I do not, but I've seen it before. David Harwood has reportedly been cast for the Acolyte. So this is him right here. Let's see if there's any word on what his role is. Snyder took to Jeff Snyder from the Hot Mic podcast took to his podcast last night and revealed this. This is what he had to say. A little thing, but I can tell you that David Harwood will be playing, who played Martian Manhunter in Supergirl in all those DC Arrowverse shows. He was Joss, whatever. He will be in the Acolyte. David Harwood has joined the cast of the Acolyte in a small role, but he will be in the show, which I believe debuts in June. So this show debuts on June 4th, obviously, and it does say a small role, but it is pretty cool. He's a pretty big time actor. I mean, he's been in a bunch of stuff, but that's kind of the whole Acolyte news type deal. The funny part is because of the Acolyte, because of the Bad Batch, in that it's coming down the stretch here, and the final 2 episodes of the Bad Batch are coming out in the next 2 weeks, there's very little news. Like, very little news when it comes to other Star Wars content. Now, obviously, a few weeks back, we got the Acolyte trailer, and we got a trailer for Tales of the Empire and all that stuff. But news-wise, almost nothing, especially in the last couple of weeks, because they want people to get hyped up and excited about the Bad Batch, and it's what's happening here. We've gotten very excited for the Bad Batch, but they've kind of geared away from other things. Now, I have to mention before we get on out of here, The Phantom Menace is being re-released into theaters in a few short weeks, 2 weeks on May 3rd. So if you guys have not, it's only in select theaters, but if you guys have not gotten tickets for that, go get tickets for that. You get to go see Duel of the Fates in the theaters again if you've seen it before, or if you've never seen it like me, you can go see it for the first time in the theaters. Tales of the Empire is on May 4th, and then of course we got 2 more episodes of the Bad Batch. So 5 secret weapons could be showing up for Dr. Hemlock, and that is the gas that we saw in Season 2, the Zillo Beast that we saw in Season 2, the vines that we saw in the beginning of this season, possibly Crosshair turning on the Bad Batch. Let's see where that poll ends. And last but certainly not least, the Clone Assassins. I was stalling because I didn't remember what the 5th one was, but the Clone Assassins. Yes, the Clone Assassins are, of course, the last one. Cat's Paw says, Ventress knows about grief and the battle inside between good versus evil, so she might be able to help Omega as after the time of losing her brothers from not turning to the dark side. Yes, that's why she's the perfect candidate for having and taking Omega to go on and sort of have their own show. Yeah. For sure. Another meal for the Zillo Beast. Oh, yeah. All right, I think I'm going to have to get on out of here. We've been going for 2 hours now, and I actually got to go get something to eat. I appreciate all of you guys. If you guys have not watched that video from yesterday, go check that out and watch it for a video tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then probably Monday. If I don't have time tonight to get that video going, then watch out for Monday. But I'm hoping to get it up by tomorrow, so watch out for that video tomorrow. And, of course, we do live streams every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 2 p.m. on the weekdays, and we're going to try and do them at 4 p.m. on the Saturdays if we can do that. So I appreciate all of you guys more than you will ever know. Huge thank you guys for the 47,000 subscribers. And if you guys are not in that Discord yet, go join that Discord. And if you are not a member yet, what the hell are you waiting for? Become a member, because next week, or at least in a week and a half-ish, something like that, we got the next giveaway for the members. So go check out that. I appreciate all of you so much more than you will ever know. Smash a freaking like on this stream. How many likes we got on the stream? Do I want to know? Do I want to know? Smash a like on this stream if you have not yet. Hit that subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video in my pretty face. It'll show up in the recommended feed of yours. This was a fantastic stream. One of my all-time favorites, I think. I've been talking so much and so fast. I don't even know, like, thank you to Cat's Paw for calling in. Oh, I forgot to check out the call-in thing. I apologize if any of you were in the call-ins raising your hand. I forgot about it, actually. But next time we'll try and do call-ins again. Maybe on Tuesday's stream. I talked a lot today. Somebody go back and count all the words that I said in this stream. Yeah, somebody get on that. Somebody get on that. Oh, look, we got some new people in the Discord. Cool. Let's get some more people in the Discord. Why not? Why not? Why not? All right. What a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to get on out of here. This was an incredible stream. Oh, my God. I could go to sleep for the next 20 days after talking this much. Wild. All right. I'm going to get on out of here. You guys are the absolute best. Watch out for a video probably tomorrow. And then, of course, live prediction stream on Tuesday. And may the force be with you. Always. Oh yeah, what a great show. What a great stream. What a great show. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Oh, wait. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers, okay? We are almost there. And if you guys don't know, at 100,000 subscribers, I will be dumping the entire Good Cup that follows orders on my head. On my head. So let's get there. Let's get there, everybody. Let's get there. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, a great rest of your lives. And good night, everybody. Woo.